Hello, this is RICKY, the mainstream movie guy, and this is the fan theory for Darth Plagueis being Supreme Leader Snoke and Darth Vader's return. Here's why. First of all, I did not know anything about Darth Plagueis until I watched a show called Jedi Council. There's this guy on there named Christian Harloff. He's a little obsessed with it. It's an amazing show. You should totally watch it on YouTube. Okay, now, Darth Plagueis is essentially the guy who, in the background, controlled the Emperor from the original trilogy. Now, he did die because the Emperor killed him, or did he? So here's the thing. This is what's canon about Darth Plagueis. We know Darth Plagueis did exist. There was a book about him that went into a lot of details and showed how and talked about the Emperor killing him and everything, but the book is not canon. Canon meaning that it's actually real in the Star Wars universe. There's canon and there's not canon. So canon is Darth Plagueis himself. Now why is Anakin coming back? Well, the reason why Darth Vader would come back is because, first of all, what is canon is Anakin has no father. So Anakin has no father. The mother said, and I quote, "There is no father. I carried him, I gave birth to him, I can't explain what happened." So we have no explanation for Anakin's father, or if there is a father. According to her, there is no father. There's never been a father. So that's canon. This is thing that were in the Phantom Menace and in the Revenge of the Sith that was explained. However, here's the thing: if Supreme Leader Snoke really is Plagueis, then a couple of things might become canon. So in the book Plagueis, there was a couple of things. One, Plagueis, the reason why he would have survived the Emperor's lightning and killing him is because Plagueis knew the secret to actually resurrecting the dead. He actually killed his former master, Darth Veneminus. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He killed him and brought him back to life several times, so he learned how to manipulate the midichlorians. Okay, I know midichlorians suck, but it was kind of cool in this book, so let me just explain. So he learned to manipulate these things that, the Force is based off of, right? So he even tried to manipulate the Force itself and change the midichlorians towards the dark side. This led, essentially, to the birth of Anakin, from what we know. This manipulation kind of strained the Force to then go into something which ended up being a birth of a child, which is why Anakin had, charts off the sales of midichlorians. Basically, the Force is strong. This also would explain why the Force is so strong in the family. Obviously, Luke was very strong with it, and he was stronger. And essentially, this whole family should be more attuned with the Force than anyone else. So here's the thing: if Supreme Leader Snoke is Darth Plagueis, then it only makes sense that he would want Anakin back because he created him essentially by manipulating the Force. Now, this would mean that Darth Plagueis would do this intentionally, but he's such a mastermind that this is really what he could do. I believe that if he is truly Darth Plagueis, that he would want Anakin back for something. Whatever his original intention was to do with Anakin, he would want him back. And what is Kylo Ren doing? He's collecting things that have Anakin's DNA, such as the helmet, which we've seen in the 2 trailers now, that yes, he has the helmet, and he wants to fulfill what he has done. Who is he talking to? Darth Plagueis would be a good person to talk to. And obviously, he's also looking for Vader's lightsaber, which we know he's going to battle against it and possibly take it back in the end of that. Someone might lose a hand, something might happen. Okay, so that might happen. And then we also know cloning is canon, meaning that we've seen cloning happen before in the Star Wars universe. This is canon, meaning it is factual. Obviously, the Clone Wars, we've seen cloning happen. Clones can also be manipulated in a certain way. So if he brought back Anakin, instead of being a whiny, complaining Anakin, he could be more towards Vader and obedient too, because if you can clone him, you can make him obedient just like the clones were. So if Darth Plagueis, who, funded and had the idea for all this cloning process, well, guess what? This would be all in line. This would make complete and total sense. Now, the last part is, sorry, I just have a lot of notes here. JJ said that there wouldn't be any midichlorians in Episode 7, but JJ's not doing Episode 8. And from what it looks like, I don't even know if we're going to see Supreme Leader Snoke, or if we do see him, it's going to be like in a hologram or something, a holocron. It's not going to be something that they're right there. And here's why. We've already seen that he kind of leaned towards the back, just like Darth Plagueis did. So the reason why that's so good is because he acts like the Emperor, which in the books he also acted like the Emperor, even more so. The Emperor was actually out in front. Darth Plagueis was off to the side in the background controlling everything. So again, this would fall in line of the way he is. Again, so this is really interesting. Darth Plagueis likes to be in the back. If you actually see in the trailer, that is not Darth Plagueis on the in front of everyone leading it. That is who I believe is kind of like this movie's Tarkin. He's going to be up front, and he's going to be the one kind of leading the troops. But Supreme Leader Snoke in the background. You can actually see it's a human, which Darth Plagueis is not a human in the front. If you take a look at it, clip by clip, it is not a human. It is it is a human, which Darth Plagueis is not, and a circus is playing him as a motion capture, so it's not going to be Darth Plagueis up there on that stage. Alright guys, hopefully you did like this theory. Point all the holes you want in it. I really want to see what holes you guys can point in it, and or if it's just not provable or disprovable yet. We'll obviously see in 2 months. I got my 10 tickets. What did you get? Alright guys, thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Mainstream Movie Guy.